It's amazing where you get to when you're filming all day in and around London. And as I often say to you, in such a short time, we have so many spectacular things to see and visit here in London, and not just London actually, across the United Kingdom, Scotland and Wales, all inclusive, as we like to say. I've just stumbled across this particularly wonderful place as we were filming down here at the Royal Guards Chapel. So pop inside with me and just look at the absolute splendour of this particular building. So this is the beautiful Royal Guards Chapel. It was built in 1838 and redesigned in the 1870s. And as you can see, the architecture absolutely amazing, but it was replicated because there was a disaster as ever during the Second World War. And this was the problem. On the night of the 18th of June, as London was well battered by the Blitz and the German Luftwaffe, this particular chapel was heavily bombed. Lots of people lost their lives, and of course they're commemorated with a flag as you enter the chapel. What was recalled on that terrible night was, as the chapel burned, on the altar 6 candles remained totally lit throughout. And in remembrance of that terrible night, the candles remain lit throughout 24/7. A truly nice thing to make sure that people are never forgotten. As I say, this chapel is just off Knightsbridge. It's one of those places that I couldn't really recommend enough to come along and see. You can also hear, as you sit out in the gardens, the guardsmen practicing for all those big celebrations that they are going to be doing for the pageant, alongside, of course, the platinum celebrations for our gracious Majesty the Queen next year. Now, I don't want to be a little bit cheeky, but even they have a few bum notes, but they are spectacular nonetheless, and it is a free concert. Likewise, check out their website because they have a museum and a shop, and also they do recitals in here. That's what I love about London, actually. As I say, there's always something new to discover. And if you really do want a free afternoon out or a free evening out to listen to some wonderful music played by expert musicians, then these are truly the places that I recommend that you come and see. For now though, let's just take a quick look inside this wonderful chapel and remember those that were sadly lost on that fateful night. Neil Sean, Guards Chapel, London.